Welcome to Finance Friday. This is part 3 of a series on why CCSD is in this difficult position of having to cut $68 million from the 2018-19 school year budget. Today, we're responding to misinformation put out by the Clark County Education Association. It's unfortunate that the union is putting out inaccurate numbers instead of collaborating with CCSD to fix the broken education funding formula in the 2019 legislature. Still, let's set the record straight. First, the union says we have $34 million of new funding coming into the next school year budget. As mentioned in a special edition of Finance Friday, that money has already been eaten up by rising costs of existing programs such as opening 4 new schools next year, even before CCSD has a chance to consider employee pay raises. So to say we have that cash for increased employee costs, that's wrong. Secondly, CCEA claims that the district has $69+ million in our ending fund balance. First, he's counting some money twice. We have an estimated $18 million in the 2017-18 ending fund balance, and that money is a part of the total estimated $40 million ending fund balance for 2018-19. Still, this is CCSD's primary reserve in case of emergency and reflects less than 2% of the district's budget. We shouldn't take on an ongoing expense like raises for employees using one-time funds. It would be like having $1,000 in savings and then taking on an additional ongoing mortgage payment of $500 a month. Eventually, you'd run out of money, but you would continue to have to pay your mortgage bill. So when the union says CCSD has that cash to pay for higher salaries, that's wrong too. The union also mentions $27 million more budgeted for supplies in 2018 than in 2017. This represents monies the schools have saved for major expenses such as textbook purchases or other purchases for students. Again, it's not fiscally responsible to take on an ongoing expense such as employee raises and pay for it with a one-time shot of money. Lastly, CCEA mentions that the district has nearly $50 million in unfilled positions. Once again, wrong. CCSD assumes each year that we aren't able to fill every position. We already spent the savings in the 2018 budget on things like employee salaries and programs for students. Here's a real truth. Nevada's education funding formula is broken. We appreciate new earmarked money coming to education, but the way it's categorized, it cannot be used directly for salary increases. That's why Clark County is in a deficit and why Washoe County is too. It's time to fund the base.